Goldberg plays third base. The right fielder is McKenna Brocky. Kate Farron is the shortstop hitting eighth, and Macy Keister is the center fielder. And that's a lineup which will take its cuts against the ace for the Tigers. It's Sydney Berzon in the circle for LSU.
First freshman All-American since Carly Hoover. No question the leader of this staff. She throws the hardest, has the best movement. Her best pitch is her drop ball at 67 miles an hour. She can throw a two-seam fastball. Her change is at 54.
And her out pitch, her go-to pitch, is that very hard drop, that very hard sinker. She induces a lot of ground balls with it, gets a lot of strikeouts with it, and that's the pitch that she's been able to convert into a lot of outs, both as a freshman and as a sophomore.
Trying to work on being a little bit more consistent with every pitch that she throws.
But she's got the tools, that's for sure.
She's got movement and she throws hard.
This young lady out of California hitting .342, a good leadoff batter. Macario with 13 base hits, a triple and a home run, 3 driven in.
Berzon starts behind here 3-0, but Macario leads the Aztecs offense in just about every category,
including bases on balls. The 3-0 pitch is down the middle for a strike. Berzon is one of the few players in LSU history to come from New York. That's chopped foul. The Tigers are 14 wins, no losses. They continue along with Alabama as the only two teams that have not suffered a loss in the Southeastern Conference.
They had to pull out all the stops in the previous game to find a way to win, but they did just that, and she comes back from a 3-0 count.
And Berzon is able to field that ground ball, throwing strikes after falling behind, and Macario is retired on a 1-3 putout. Let's check LSU defensively. Newland and Briggs and Rudity in the outfield from left to right. Coffey and Pleasance and Daniel and Gutierrez from third to first on the infield. And Macy Bergeron, who did not start the first game but did come on in relief behind the plate, does get the start at catcher for LSU against San Diego State.
Berzon starts a little better this time. A strike on the first pitch. And you see that drop ball on the outside corner to her lefty hitter. Woo.
That's the kryptonite for left-handed batters. It's just such a difficult pitch to drive. Even if you make contact, it generally results in an opposite side ground ball.
And now she's got him swinging at it off the plate because they know it's coming.
So 2 quick outs as Espinosa waves weakly at strike 3. And here's Mac Barbara.
Stacy Newman-Denice, one of the most decorated players ever. 2 Olympic gold medals, 1 silver, 4 NCAA records, 90 home runs, 945 slugging percentage, 81 intentional walks, 4-time first-team All-American, 3-time Pac-10 Player of the Year.
Well, there are people who will say that's the best ever.
I think she might be behind the plate. This is the first time meeting outside of the West Coast for LSU and San Diego State. This ball is hit deep.
Rudity back, leaping, can't get it. It's a home run. Her 4th of the season. And just like that, after the first 2 were retired, the Aztecs got a home run from Mac Barbara.
Mountain West preseason player of the year. She just showed why. Let's see. Can't see what this pitch is, but it was a no-doubter off the bat.
It was waist high and off the bottom of the scoreboard in right field. And the first hit of the game results in the first run of the game for the Aztecs.
Last time these two teams met It was a 10-5 win for the Aztecs in the Tempe Regional in 2022.
Berzon comes out of the circle, jumps on it, makes the overhand throw over to Gutierrez. And Yellen is retired, but a 2-out home run has given the Aztecs the early lead, so LSU from second baseman. And leading it off is Coffey. 381 at the moment at the top of the order. She's swinging on the first pitch, lifts it down the line and left. It drifts into foul territory, and the left fielder Espinosa makes the catch. So one pitch, and Coffey is retired. There's Allie Light out of Lexington, South Carolina.
Screwball is her best pitch. She's got a drop, a curve, and a change, and speed variations. The hardest pitch she throws is at 63 miles an hour, and the change is at 54.
Suddenly, there's an influx of right-handed hitters for LSU. There's two in the lineup. There's been one most of the time.
It's an influx.
The two right-handed hitters are back-to-back, Lynch and Bergeron. At the bottom of the order, here's Briggs. Like she often is, she was a piece of the comeback win for the Tigers, as LSU had to score 2 in the 6th and then hold on and win it 3-2 over Illinois in a game preceding this one.
You can tell why Light, its best pitch is screwballs, because every pitch she has thrown so far has screwball posture. Look how she steps out.
That's a foul ball, and Briggs will be recalled.
It's really an angle pitch for her, that screwball.
Yeah, you kind of contort your body on the release, don't you?
Well, you'll see she steps left and then throws right.
So that imparts kind of a natural outspin.
Well, it's an angle pitch. You're not looking for too much spin.
In the old days, they call that an in-shoot.
Yep.
An in-shoot, an out-shoot, an up-shoot, and a down-shoot.
Yeah, it was before my time, Leonard.
It was before my time, too, but I like to
Well,
read about the history of baseball and softball.
That's kind of what the ball does.
Yeah.
See, she will step left. That right arm kind of goes.
So that creates the automatic angle you're talking about.
Absolutely. So you don't have to create spin.
But she'll kind of twist,
Contort.
you know, a little bit of a release with a twist. A clockwise motion of the wrist.
Just kind of follow your body.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Briggs. LSU trailing 1-0 on a Barbara home run. Her 4th of the season.
As we said, it was a no-doubter. When it came off the bat, you knew it was out of the park. And
Is that the first home run that Berzon has allowed this year? We'll check that.
I don't think so.
I glanced at the numbers. There wasn't the complete listing. The 3-2 pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. That's a strikeout.
Two home runs for Berzon.
Yeah, she's allowed 2, which is not a lot considering the innings she's worked.
And she throws hard. The harder it comes in sometimes, the faster it goes out.
Taylor Pleasance checks her swing and looks at a strike. I had the pleasant, no pun intended, occurrence of talking with Taylor's mother in the concourse between games. And she told me that Taylor wants to play in the next Olympics. That's still a few years away for the Summer Olympics, but also wants to come back and complete her master's degree in kinesiology as a graduate assistant coach, and then start a softball training facility in Houston.
Well, she's on the Team USA. She's made it the last couple of tryouts.
But she said at this point she has no burning desire to play professionally.
Well, her aspiration is the Olympics. And of course, we've said it before, she plays first base. Nice tall target there at first base for those infielders.
One ball, two strikes, two outs. Pleasance is among the country's leaders with 27 driven in 14 games. She pops this one up. The shortstop is calling for it. And it is grabbed by Kate Farron, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for LSU. And we go to the second inning. It's Brocky scheduled to hit against LSU's Berzon. Swing and a miss by Garcia from Chula Vista, California.
Famous Tiger pitcher from Chula Vista, California.
Who was that?
Emily Turner.
Oh, yeah. The story you tell about her as a freshman, the first time you guys played Ole Miss, and she said, yeah, I'm interested. I haven't heard anything about Ole Miss.
Couldn't wait to beat Ole Miss.
You know, being from California, the Spanish influence.
Absolutely.
It was Ole to her.
Hey, that's my fault. That's bad preparation from the HC.
Well, Oxford and Chula Vista are a long way apart in many ways.
Mother of 2 precious children now, lives in Baton Rouge. And here is Berzon's. Look at this drop ball off the plate.
Well, how do you hit that?
Well,
I mean, for one, it's not a strike.
One, yeah, you don't swing at it, but 2, she disguises it so well they can't hold back.
If it starts on the knees, your odds are pretty good it's going to drop out of the strike zone.
But you know, you don't have a lot of time to decide.
No, you don't.
You've got to see
milliseconds.
You've got to see it as a strike.
It's like 0.2 of a second. You've got to decide.
You know, and she's working on a hard rise ball. You would think you'd have to, you know, lift your vision since she's such a fantastic drop ball pitcher, but she's got a good rise ball too. Working on a better one.
Here's Goldberg. She's hitting .244. She has started every game this year, 10 base hits, 3 of them doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run. By the way, speaking of Ole Miss, we will have one of their games in that series. The SEC Network will have a couple, I think, and we'll see Ole Miss here.
Right, all 3 will be broadcast, but we will only be doing 1, but you're right. The Rebels come here.
Ole Miss. It still brings a chuckle every time I hear you tell that story.
One of the funnier ones. I just turned around and said, wait, what did you call them? And then I just busted out laughing.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. Well, other than that home run stroke by Barbara.
1 pitch.
It's been Berzon with brilliance. 3 strikeouts, 2 comebackers. And there's the 3rd strikeout of the game, the 2nd one of this inning. So 3 strikeouts and 2 back to the circle on the ground. That's been it, other than the home run.
That's why you got to tip your hat to that home run. She saw a mistake and she destroyed it. That's the only bad pitch so far.
McKenna is a senior. She's having trouble out of the gate, batting .150. And Berzon is burning them in right now. Two outs, nobody on base. 2 strikes on Brocky. Infielders need to stay on their toes when Berzon is in the circle.
And Bergeron too. She's got to pick those balls out of the dirt that they're swinging at.
The 1-2. That one dropped off the table like the other ones did, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning, all on strikes for Berth.
They gave the Tigers good games also.
They did. So overwhelmingly, San Diego State is the favorite to win the Mountain West. Kate Farron comes to the plate, followed by Macy Keister, and she's plunked.
She didn't move an inch. Doesn't have to. Let's see what this pitch is.
Ooh, right below the knee on the lead leg, the left leg. And this will bring on Keister, and I'm guessing bunt is in order here. San Diego State is a very old university. It was founded in 1897.
Wow.
As San Diego Normal School. It's the third oldest university in the California state system, almost 37,000 students. This is impressive. Since 2005, San Diego State has produced more than 65 Fulbright student scholars.
Pretty and smart. Ooh,
look at Gutierrez go to work at first base. Not much gets by that senior first baseman.
Ball hit hard, but Miss Hoover over there, no problems.
A 3 unassisted double play. Watch Gutierrez. She reacts and then knows she's got a step and a half to get to the bag. A 3 unassisted twin killing, and that makes the bases empty. Here's the top of the order in Lala Macario. San Diego State locally is known as Montezuma Mesa because the university is situated on a mesa overlooking Mission Valley. And just for you historians, Mission Valley was the first Spanish settlement in California. We date tonight to 1769.
Back to Ole.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, it's not enough that we just bring you softball. We always like to throw in a little tidbit or two and a history lesson or two. LSU's gymnastics team was a big winner tonight over Alabama. That was an early start on campus. 198.325 to 197.325. And that 198 plus score for LSU is one of the biggest scores of the season. Haley Bryant, absolutely brilliant. She is the #1 all-arounder in the country. She won the vault, she won the bars, she won the floor with a perfect score. And her total over 4 events was 39.850, which means she was darn near perfect on all 4 events. That's phenomenal. The best all-arounder in the country.
It's mind-boggling, and she's probably helping break down all the equipment now, too.
Well, she's been beyond sensational in her LSU career.
Where's she from? Oop,
I'd have to look that up.
I stumped you.
Texas? I'd have to look that up, but she has been one of the all-time greats at LSU.
Absolutely fun to watch.
The 3-2 pitch. Macario spoils it. She grounded back to the circle last time.
It is amazing how good college gymnastics is. I was shocked when I first got to LSU and went to my first meet.
And the SEC has led the charge. Haley Bryant is from Atlanta, or born in Atlanta. And Macario can't come up with it. And so, a double play erases a base runner, and then just a little more on San Diego State. Gregory Peck is the actor is a
I know
a graduate.
He is. Phenomenal actor.
Now, I didn't know this. The voice of Marge Simpson, Julie Kabner
Yep.
is an alumna. Tony Gwynn, who some think is the greatest hitter of all time.
And was the baseball coach for a while.
He was, the late Tony Gwynn.
I heard him speak one time. He came to speak to a group of us, small group. He was phenomenal.
This will carry out to the right fielder. And Kelly Lynch is retired. Brocky is out there to grab it. 7 in a row have been taken out by Allie Light. Raquel Welch is a graduate. And since we talked about Hugh Hefner.
Do we have to?
Well, I'm trying to connect this.
Yeah, I got you.
Hugh Hefner was a graduate of Illinois, the opponent in the first game for LSU. Well, his third wife, Crystal Hefner, is a graduate of San Diego State.
Well, how about,
This ball is belted high and deep. There's no reason to doubt it. It's her second home run of the year. Macy Bergeron blasts one well over the left field wall. You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. She has been struggling at the plate and blasts one out of sight over the left field wall.
And that was a no-doubter, and that's why she's in the lineup. In the fall, she led the team in home runs. Of course, she had some gaudy numbers coming out of high school. And she just pilayed that ball.
I mean, she pilayed it and she feelayed it. So this is a bit of an oddity. Each team has one hit, and that's it. And both of those hits have been home runs.
She was pretty pumped up.
Daniel gets it down. The ball is loose at first base, and Daniel, who can apply a lot of pressure to the infield, is safe at first base.
Let's see where Daniel was running on the field. Was she in the runner's lane? Was she in the infield? Let's see here. Can't tell.
I think she was legal.
Yep, that was pretty close. I mean, I think right when that last step, she was on the line.
So there is supersonic speed at first base in Daniel. You kind of dubbed her Roadrunner last weekend. I think that's exactly fitting for her. And here is Coffey, who also can scoot around the bases with the best of them. That's going to be an infield hit for Daniel.
2 single-run home runs in this game.
I would be surprised if Daniel is not running, although maybe not on an 0-2 count. She is not. The ball is off the plate. A ball, 2 strikes.
For all you little girls out there, you want to do the same lead on every pitch.
And Daniel anchors her left foot, now switches to the right foot. So she's using that like the starting block that a sprinter would use on the track. Ooh, very tight to the plate. That pitch was inside by just a little bit. So I'm thinking Daniel is moving here, a 2-2 count. What do you think?
She's switching her feet again like you said. Nope, there we go. Ils sont partis?
Nope. I'll tell you what, she'd be running every time if I were calling signals.
No stop sign for you, huh?
No, not with her. And not with Coffey at the plate either. There's a lot of pressure that can be applied on the infield. Two balls, 2 strikes again. Coffey loops this one foul and out of play on the left side. Count holds at 2-2. Lynch flying to right. Bergeron
Unloaded.
blasted one off the second level fence out there in left field.
Yep, she unloaded.
That's one of the longest home runs we've seen this year.
We've seen some clear the palm trees, but this year, you're right.
The 2-2 pitch again to Danica Coffey.
It's base hit.
That's looped to left. It gets by the diving left fielder. It's rolling to the wall. Daniel rounds third. Tarina waving her. The throw is to third base, and the Tigers take a 2-1 lead on a triple by Coffey, and it was a mistake by Espinoza to leave her feet.
Absolutely. She needed to keep that ball in front of her. Let's see how close she was to making this catch. Not close enough. Well, it's kind of close, but
you got to check that one up, though, and just get into a platform and let it bounce into your midsection.
Exactly. The score's tied. You want to keep everything in front of you.
So Coffey with a triple and RBI, and the Tigers take a 2-1 lead.
And you got Tigers on base that can run.
You betcha. Danica Coffey at third base. You know, it's difficult to get a triple to left field. That's the shortest throw from the outfield to third.
But she left her feet, so that's probably the only reason.
And the center fielder, I believe, was the one who came over backing up the play.
That's a long run.
Yep.
And it's Coffey running. If it was you or me, we'd still be on first base.
Oh, I couldn't run out of sight in a week. Here's the pitch. Ball one to Briggs, who struck out in the first.
Once again, the Tigers battle back, take the lead.
Well, there's a lot of gumption with this team, a lot of grit.
Well, they're so senior driven. They've seen it all.
The 1-0. Oh, good pitch, but rule the ball.
I really think they kind of have the mindset that they're not going to lose.
They are looking for win number 15 in a row to open the season. 2-1 Tigers. Light to the plate.
Here comes a squeeze.
That's a foul ball, and it's probably a good thing.
Wow, Betsy, she's got the squeeze on her mind tonight. That's the most we've seen since I think she got here originally.
No orange is safe from Tarina tonight. She's squeezing them all.
You got a good bunter and you got speed at third.
3 balls and a strike.
She's safety squeeze. She squeezed. I think that's like 5 in the last 2 games. She's using all of the weapons to make sure they touch home plate.
Briggs stays alive as she got a little sliver of that. One out. A long home run by Bergeron. A bunt base hit by Daniel. A triple which skipped by the left fielder to the wall by Coffey. And a drive deep to center field. This ball is headed to the bleachers. You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. The first home run of the season for Sierra Briggs, a rising line drive over the head of her counterpart, Keister, in center field, and the Tigers are celebrating with a 4-run uprising in the third, a pair of home runs, and LSU now leads by 3.
Just a mistake. That's a screwball, but it's left too much on the white, and her mama is high-fiving in the stands with the Tiger fans. Sierra Briggs called on to put down a squeeze bunt. 2 pitches later, parks a home run in dead center field.
And LSU with a pair of homers in the inning, Bergeron and Briggs. The Tigers need a double to hit for the cycle in this inning.
May have a pitching change here. You see her with the...
Allie Light was brilliant in the first 7 batters. She got them easily and was not laboring at all.
We talked about how she was keeper catcher. You and me.
Here's Taylor Pleasance, who popped up to the shortstop last time. Pleasance with a big cut.
Did we say Allie Light is the defending Mountain West Pitcher of the Year and the preseason Pitcher of the Year? She was named the Mountain West Pitcher of the Week on Monday. Running into a buzzsaw with the Tigers, though, here tonight.
These teams will play again tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And then LSU will wrap up the action tomorrow following that 5 o'clock game against San Diego State with a matchup against defending Southland Conference champion McNeese. The 0-2. Off the mark, not by much. You know, here's something remarkable about that our statistician and researcher Randy Hayden just pointed out to me. Pleasance has not struck out this year.
Boy, you better hope she doesn't right now.
Well, I don't have the bat
Her
in my hand.
Her mama might come after you.
That's not a strikeout, but it will be a routine fly ball to left. And Pleasance flies to left for the second out. But that's let's see, that's 39 at bats now with 9 walks and no strikeouts.
Might be the toughest strikeout on the Tiger team.
Cassidy West and Didi Hernandez are warming up. Ball 1 to Raylene Gutierrez.
Both teams have trotted out their number ones out there. As you said, Light was lights out.
She was.
For 2 innings. You can see now that screwball is elevated.
The Aztecs have played 15 games. They've won 8 of them. LSU has played 14 games and has not recorded anything in the loss column. A looper out to right. It's going to carry to Brocky out there, and that retires the side. But the Tigers erupt.
And magnificent except for 1 pitch. And you see the ball just is there, and then it's not.
Espinosa waves and can't find it. She struck out in the second, or rather the first inning. Berzon is working ahead of the leadoff batter, Bella Espinosa.
F. Tarina says of Berzon, she thinks she's as tough to hit as any pitcher in the game.
The 0-2 tapped foul. You know, Yvette, with 14 games out of the reach right now, we'll continue that in a minute. This is the preseason West selections to the All-Mountain West team.
No wonder they
got 4 of them. Light, Espinosa, Decker, who's not in the lineup, and Barbara.
No wonder they picked first.
Gutierrez will take the chop and tag the runner. 3 unassisted on that put out. You're looking at one of the best fielding first basemen in the country. Silky smooth down there at first.
Her whole game is silky smooth.
Here's Barbara's big swing. Full extension.
Yeah.
Barrel of the bat between the stitches and the home run off the bottom of the scoreboard in right field.
That was a rise ball that did not move through the zone.
It did not. It moved through right field rather
Yes,
rapidly,
it did.
though. That's her 4th home run of the year. This is one of the preseason all-conference selections. A check swing, and that ball was there.
I don't think she's going to get another rise ball. You?
This young lady does not wear batting gloves and chokes up just a little bit. A lot of big sluggers will have those hands on the very bottom of the bat. Some of them even with the middle of the hands wrapped over the knob. But she chokes up just slightly.
She just looks like a hitter.
She does.
Oh, got her with a change.
That was a tantalizing pitch that just hung in the air and had Barbara well off balance. Look at this. You cannot throw a better changeup than that.
I don't think she's going to see another rise ball tonight.
That might be the first changeup that I recall.
I was
do you
thinking
remember
the same thing. Yeah, no.
That was a dandy.
That was a time to pull it out of Beth Tarina's back pocket. And yes, she is the pitching coach and calls the pitches.
Here's Yellen.
Here's another changeup.
Yeah, that was another changeup.
Decided the second time through that she was going to change her pitch calling.
Well, you got to especially like it to the big slugger.
Well, like she said, and I've said before, that she says calling pitches for Berzon is like playing a video game.
Here's the 2-1 pitch.
Might
Chopped
be a
up
hit.
the middle.
Ooh,
Daniel's
nice
got
play.
it. And fires over to first base. Daniel, very slick defensively as well as productive offensively. Got to that ball and then made the quick transfer. Cassidy West brings some pretty good numbers.
Best pitch is going to be her curveball. She will throw a screw, a rise, and a change. And hardest pitch is at 66. Changeup is at 58. And you see that screwball right there.
She's a tall right-hander working against Newland. Alley fly to left field in the second inning. So Allie Light went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. 2 of those hits were homers. One by Bergeron and the other by Briggs. She did not walk a batter, and she struck out 1.
Second time through, the Tigers made some nice adjustments. You see her there in the dugout. She'll have a short-term memory.
Well, she's pretty good. She's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
Newland sends it out to her counterpart in left field. And Espinoza is there. Espinoza's been pretty busy. Caught 2 balls in the second. Caught 1 in the third. Has caught 1 here in the fourth. Here's Ruderty. She'll be followed by Lynch. Hall of Fame coach Yvette Girard, Lynn Rollins with you, and we are just really delighted that you have chosen to spend some time with us. You may be watching in your favorite recliner at home, out on your deck or front yard if the weather is conducive. Maybe in an airport lobby somewhere, airport waiting room, maybe at a sports bar. Maybe got a buddy or two around the television. But wherever and however you may be watching it, we appreciate it. We'll be on the air tomorrow about 5 o'clock. These times are all tentative, of course, because of the schedule ahead of the 5 o'clock game, but it'll be these same two teams tomorrow. We'll have it for you here at 5 o'clock. That's the scheduled start time, Central Time. And that'll be here on the SEC ESPN network. And then McNeese out of the Southland Conference will be LSU's opponent in the final game tomorrow. And then 2 more games on Sunday.
Wall-to-wall softball in Tiger Park.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ruderty. It's elevated. Yvette, if I have the privilege of working 6 games in 3 days, I don't want to do it with anybody except you.
Here's the $10.
It's 20 this year.
Yeah, everything costs more this year.
Here's the 2-2. Chop to the left side. The shortstop gives ground, plucks it and throws. Safe when she backed up. And that may have been the only play, but when she backed up, that gave Ruderty a chance for an extra half step or so, and that's all she needed.
Well, the Tigers can all run.
And clearly safe. That'll be an infield hit for Ruderty. It comes with 1 out, and here's Lynch, who flied to right last time. It's true with probably half the lineup for LSU that if the ball bounces twice on the infield, it's very likely going to be an infield hit. Not all the time, but I would say with about half the lineup, that's more often true than not. Certainly for Coffey and Briggs and Newland and Ruderty.
Those that are running
and Daniel for
from
sure.
the left side, yeah. They're fast and they're running from the left side.
Lynch came into the game batting .294. She's been on the sideline a few games, going through potential concussion protocol. This is her 8th start of the season. And she goes down on strikes. That's a pretty nice pitch by West.
Yeah, she's got her frozen there.
Thigh high over the outside edge. You can make a good living if you can deliver it there.
At any level.
Here's Bergeron, who hit one out of sight back in the 3rd inning, her 2nd home run of the season.
Yep, hardest hit ball we've seen so far.
She blasted it up on the 2nd deck in left field. She's reached 200 now with her average. The 0-1 pitch. Elevated, and let's take a look at the swing a bit.
Pelayed that ball. Didn't have a chance.
That tied the game. LSU got 3 more after that on a base hit by Daniel, a triple by Coffey, and a home run by Briggs. 4-1 Tigers, bottom of the 4th.
Well, you know, with the window open, we hear the crack of the bat. Sometimes the bat sounds like it's broken. And thankfully, there's no wind tonight. Happy birthday. It's her birthday.
Whose birthday?
It looks like it's Macy's birthday. 20 years old. Well, happy birthday, Macy. And she got a home run on her birthday and a base hit. Having a good night.
Bergeron with a blast well over the left field wall and a ground single through on the left side. She's 2 for 2. Rudity stops at second base. This one is perfectly placed through the hole on the left side. Here's Sierra Daniel. She's making a name for herself as a replacement second baseman, both defensively and offensively.
We have been very impressed with Sierra.
She slices this one off into left field. First pitch swinging after the infield hit last time, and that retires the side. The Tigers leave a pair. We go to the fifth, Ellisman, and then a trio of freshmen and sophomores.
Good mix.
Here's Garcia. She's one of the seniors.
There's that changeup.
She used it effectively 3 or 4 times in the previous inning. She had not thrown one before the fourth.
That's right. She didn't show it till the fourth. Had it waiting.
Daniel gets that glove in the dirt and makes the play. I like what I've seen out of this freshman, haven't you?
She's got those quick little feet moving. She has a lot of range. Made every play so far.
She has, not only tonight, but in each of her recent starts. And again, if you missed the word on Carly Petty, who had been at second base, she's has an injured wrist and is not able to play. LSU expects her back. There's been no definite timetable, but within maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe sooner. But that's why she's out of the lineup. But Sierra Daniel has been a really, really nice replacement.
Maybe in time for SEC play, but that would be next weekend.
Well, you can see the bandage on
right
on Carly Petty's right hand.
That would be next weekend, though,
yeah,
for SEC
looks like a
play.
soft cast, doesn't it?
Yep. Already starting, Lynn. SEC play.
Well, what I was going to mention as Berzon records her 5th strikeout.
Berzon to Bergeron.
Make it the 6th strikeout. But you know, 1/4 of the schedule, 1/4 of the 56 games, make it her 7th strikeout. 1/4 of the schedule is done already. 25% of the schedule.
Well, when
I mean,
you play,
this is the 15th game. LSU's played 14, so that's 25% of the schedule is gone.
When you play 6 games in a weekend,
so after this weekend, it'll be SEC play front and center.
and then you've got an interesting midweek game at a very interesting time against Texas at 11 a.m.
That game will be televised.
Some people are lucky enough to be.
Well, it's got SEC Network, but
It's not us, but Randy's working.
I think it'll certainly be available.
Oh, it'll be picked up by the major announcers.
So 8 strikeouts now for Berzon as she takes care of Brocky. 3 up, 3 down inning. She has retired. Got 4 in the 3rd, and that's where we are in the bottom of the 5th. It's the top of the order. Danica Coffey, Sierra Briggs, and Taylor Pleasance. Coffey's average has ascended lately to 386. She has tripled in a run and also fouled out to the left fielder. But Yvette, remember, she was down in the 200s a week ago, and she has just blistered the ball in a variety of ways since then. And Coffey's going to hit in the mid 300s at least.
Absolutely.
She wasn't far from 400 last year. There's a smash right back from whence it came, a hard line drive.
Has a base hit all the way.
West had no chance to snare it, and Coffey is 2 for 3. We'll check some SEC scores for you in a moment. We've got a lot of them to pass along. And rain has been a problem east of here tonight. Here's Briggs, who has struck out and homered, her first of the year. A rising line drive to straightaway center field. The T-Mobile Crimson Classic in Tuscaloosa has been rained out partly. South Alabama and Alabama, that game has been canceled. They have started with Arizona and Alabama playing in the first inning, no score early.
It's some bad weather in Alabama.
Yeah. The Woo Pig Classic in Fayetteville. 5-0. Arkansas beat Southeast Missouri State and also beat FAU 6-2. Woo Pig. The Jane B. Moore Memorial in Auburn. That ball is slashed the other way. It's by the third baseman. Briggs is aboard. Coffey has to stop at second base, and Briggs is 2 for 3.
Mom and Daddy saying, yeah, we like it.
Well, they've been doing a lot of that over the course of the 4 years she's been here.
Absolutely.
The Judy Garman Classic in California is underway. Florida shut out UCLA 1-0.
Judy Garman Classic used to be the tournament in the country.
And then DePaul is having its way with Florida in the second game of it. It's 10-0. DePaul is leading Florida in the fourth inning. Oh, check that. That should be the opposite. It's 10-0 Florida. So Florida is close to ending that game on runs. It took 8 innings, but Weber State beat Texas A&M 5-4. And Texas A&M and Cal State Fullerton are still to play tonight.
Where's Weber State?
Washington, maybe?
I mean,
We'll tell you in a moment.
I never really thought about where they were from. Of course, I've heard of Weber State.
1-1 pitch, dribbled foul. Pleasant's trying to drive in some more runs. Oh, I'm way off. It's in Iowa.
Oh, wow, yeah. I wouldn't.
You sure that's the right school?
That would never have been my guess.
No, I don't think it's in Iowa.
I think it's Northwest somewhere.
That's what I thought. 1-2 pitch. Just off the mark. That's the patience and the wisdom of Pleasance to stay off that pitch.
Sure, there hasn't been a pitch that she hasn't seen in her career.
That's true. Here's the 2-2. A call, third strike, and again, West was able to go outside and then come back and nip the inside corner.
Good mix.
Very good mix.
And that's what you have to have. And
Oh,
it's
that's a superb
yeah,
pitch.
and she took something off of it.
That is really nice.
But for all you little girls out there, you have to make more than one good pitch in an at-bat. It might take 4 or 5.
That's the second strikeout for Cassidy West. She gets one of the best hitters on the country looking. It's in Utah. How did you get Iowa? It's in Ogden, Utah.
Woo? What did we say? Northwest?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of right.
One
Ogden,
strike pitch
Utah.
to Gutierrez. Chop to the right side. First baseman grabs it. That there's nobody to cover. Now she left her bag, and that's just one of those unfortunate breaks for San Diego because the second baseman had to come to the ball.
And it's just not natural in our game for the pitcher to go over there and cover first base.
Almost impossible.
It's a foot race, but it's just, I mean, I remember trying to teach it over and over again, and it's just, you know, for a baseball guy, he just automatically goes.
Well, West never even left the circle.
No, and they don't.
And both Macario and the first baseman had to try to get that ball. It was the first baseman who made the play,
Sure,
but there was nobody to cover first.
Yeah, they're both going for the ball. People in the stands will say, you have to talk, almost like a fly ball. Which you do need to communicate with ground balls in the infield, just like a fly ball.
Only one out. The bases are loaded. Gutierrez has her first hit, and here's Newland. Ball 1. Kentucky was to have played Fordham and Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina. Those games have been canceled because of weather.
Is that what weather must be, moving across and up?
And east. Ole Miss shut out the Lions of Southeastern Louisiana in Oxford 2-0. And UAB is leading Ole Miss in a second game. It's 5-4 in the 6th inning. Mississippi State scored twice in the first inning, and Troy scored once. 2-1 Bulldogs in the bottom of the first. South Carolina nipped Kennesaw State. 4-3 was the final, and also beat UCF by a 4-2 score. And you're up to date in the SEC. We got really fortunate with the weather here this week.
We did. We had some prediction of rain early in the week. I didn't think we were going to get Saturday and Sunday in, and it's changed.
It rained overnight, but stopped this morning. The grounds crew here and the people who run this tournament have been working very, very hard. The field is in exceptionally good shape.
And it drained so well. They redid it a couple years ago so that, you know, it probably could take some major rain.
Newland
it can handle it.
Newland at the plate event with the bases loaded. She's the best hitter for the Tigers with runners in scoring position. An amazing 643.
And she has a couple of grand slams in her history. I want to say her very first at bat as a Tiger was a grand slam.
I think you're correct.
Boy, she'll be able to brag to her kids forever with that one.
They're going to want the video evidence, though.
Well, she'll be able to find.
It's available. The 2-2. Hit sharply, backhanded play by the second baseman. Tags, throws to first. Not in time. Gutierrez is saying
she
she never touched me. The umpire is saying Gutierrez is out. Beth Torina wants a review. And so that's what they'll do. Gutierrez went to second. She said she never tagged me. But we're going to have another look at this.
Let's see.
We'll show you right here. Now watch 55 running the bases. Is she tagged by the second baseman?
Can't really tell. But great base running by Gutierrez. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. so that they don't double her up. But sometimes, you know, the excitement gets to you, and you can't always trust your players because they get excited. But let's see.
I'm not sure she was tagged.
Is
with
the ball in
ball.
her glove?
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to tell.
No, she tags her with the glove, but not with the ball.
The ball was in the right hand,
And
which
look,
never made contact
Blue-
with the runner.
Blue turned her head, so she didn't really see that. But yeah, there's no electricity. You know how you played that game, freeze tag or whatever.
So the glove made the tag, but the ball was not in the glove.
Right. So she's safe. And I take that back about getting too excited. Everybody in the dugout saw it too. They all started screaming.
Gutierrez immediately made the signal that she was not tagged.
But I will say that Blue, she turned her head, so she didn't really see that play.
Well, they'll have to reverse the call on the field. So truth or consequences here. The review continues. Was the tag applied to Gutierrez? No question that the glove hand touched the runner. We'll show it to you, but was the ball in the glove or was it in the possession of the right hand? Watch the tag.
Glove.
Oh, that's clearly out of her glove.
Did the ball touch the knee?
If that's what they're looking at, I don't.
Did the ball touch the knee? No.
They've got to overturn this if that's what they're looking at. And it's just video evidence. My only complaint, and it's the only complaint I have about replay, is that we see it up here 2 or 3 times, and we can make the decision from all the angles very quickly, and they run it back and run it back and run it back. I mean, it's not going to change. What you see is what it is. I mean, there's no reason to. What are they asking about? How many times do you have to see it?
I don't know. You were the umpire.
Yeah, but I was quicker. We didn't have video review. We'll
No,
wait
they
and get
didn't
the
have
announcement.
cameras then.
Well, point well made. They hardly had PA. Had a guy with a megaphone. You know, sometimes you can be cruel. You know that?
That was awesome. Well, you set yourself up. And you know I'm always going to take the side of a coach.
Absolutely. All right, we'll get the ruling.
And it'll be dramatic. Beth Torina's laughing, saying, well.
Well, what happened to the PA? It was working beautifully in the first game. I don't think the umpire turned the transmitter on, but we heard it. And so.
You know, with the year Gutierrez is having, I think I just believe her on everything.
So let's see how they rule that. A fielder's choice, I guess? Yeah, okay. Here's Ruderty. It's going to be an RBI. Coffey scored. Briggs is at third. Gutierrez at second. Newland on first. Chance for LSU really to put some separation between itself and the Aztecs.
But you know, Lynn, that is really the beauty of instant replay.
It is.
We would have never been able to overrule that call.
Exactly. And we probably would still be entertaining an argument.
Oh, probably somebody would have got thrown out of the stadium on that call.
A chop to the right side off the first baseman's glove. It rolls into right. One Tiger scores. Here comes another one. And LSU extends its lead as Gutierrez hustles around from second base and scores. It'll be a 2-run single for Rudity, her second base hit of the game.
Tigers get an opening and they come storming through. And once again, everybody on this team can run. Gutierrez scoring from second.
It's a 7-1 ball game now. The Tigers scoring 4 in the third and 3 here in the fifth so far. And Yvette, one of the byproducts, as we talk about replay, one of the byproducts is it eliminates all arguments from coaches and umpires.
It still would be going on. They might have taken time to review, but in essence, if it wasn't there, we'd still be delayed in this game.
And so not only does it, just by a matter of fact, eliminate all the arguments, it is illegal for coaches to argue now after a replay. So once it goes to replay, that's it. The input from the coaches is done. And that's the way it should be. Lynch trying to keep the rally going.
Everybody has a job to do, including the camera.
That burns the outside edge. That's a really good pitch by West.
Lynch is going to have to learn to swing at that pitch,
yeah,
though.
she is. She's been frozen twice. And here is Bergeron, who is 2 for 2. Watch this pitch. That's perfect. Bergeron has homered, and boy, did she tattoo it. And she also has singled. They're asking for the clock to be reset. It is. LSU and Texas are underway in the Houston Astros tournament. They're in the first inning. Texas is the home team. It is scoreless in the first. So 3 great days of baseball there. And they've just started. They're in the first inning. Texas and LSU, no score, bottom of the first. The 0-1 pitch. Bounce right back from whence it came. West has it. She makes the underhand toss. And Bergeron, for the first time tonight, is retired. But LSU erupts Easter. And Lala Macario at the top of the order. Berzon, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, 8 strikeouts, 63 pitches. She's been really good again.
Ooh, good effort. I thought she was going to track it down.
Rudity trying to make that catch off her shoe tops in foul ground. A.J. Murphy is at the plate. This is a pinch hitter. So Murphy for Farron. Berzon has not walked a batter. That is so important.
She gives her she gives herself every chance to succeed.
The 0-2 pitch is dribbled foul. One ball, 2 strikes. 5 o'clock or thereabouts is the starting time tomorrow. These same 2 teams will do battle, and then in the final game tomorrow night, LSU meets McNeese, who that team has won the last 2 Southland Conference tournament championships.
They came back and won a game in the late innings today. Maybe the last innings. It was a walk-off.
Pleasance zips it over to first. Murphy is retired short to first. There have been 2 base runners tonight. One on the first inning home run by Barbara, and the other one when Farron was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Berzon has been brilliant with a capital B, which stands for Berzon as well.
So talented.
Well, again, so many strikes. And they're all around the strike zone.
And they move. And they change planes and levels and timing. She's got it all.
And since the middle inning, she's worked in an occasional off-speed pitch that has been very good. And that pitch looks like it ought to be recognized as a ball, but it starts sinking maybe a couple of feet before the plate, and you've already committed mentally and physically to swing at it. There's a knock. She's able to fight that one off, and Keister has a base hit. That's the 2nd hit and only the 3rd base runner off of Berzon. We play in the 6th.
Now batting second baseman number 28, Lala Macario.
Here's Lala Macario, who is 0 for 2. She opened the game with a bouncer back to the circle, and Berzon struck her out in the 3rd. Berzon with a strikeout in the 1st. She fanned the side in the 2nd. She got one in the 3rd. She got one in the 4th. She got 2 in the 5th. That's a foul ball.
And the weather just kind of dropped. The temperature just changed. "75 pitches so far on the night for Berzon. Shows you how effective she is. She keeps it in the high 80s. She will have thrown a gem.
Pitch count means so little in softball as opposed to baseball.
Absolutely. But it can tell you how effective the pitcher is.
No doubt, by the number of pitches it takes to record the outs. Are you putting your coat on?
Well, I am sitting next to the window that's open.
The 2-2. That's a nice jacket.
Yeah, I came loaded for bear.
No, that's a nice jacket.
I am not freezing up here anymore.
What's the lining on that? Looks metallic.
You gotta be shiny these days.
You're on the air
you know?
right now.
Yeah, look like an
Yeah,
Eskimo.
so what's
Look like an Eskimo.
what's the lining of that?
I don't know.
I mean, is that? It looks like it repels cold or something. I mean, I don't. No, I mean,
Let's hope so.
Yeah, but I'm not. It looks metallic.
It does.
Runner on the move after the bobble. Oh,
And
what
she
a throw,
got her.
and she's out at second base.
No question about that.
Pleasance got there to put on the tag. Bergeron just whips it down with very little motion.
All about the release. Get rid of it quick. And that's a ball in the dirt. And she's going to put that tag right on her leg. Or is she going to call obstruction? What else could you call? She's going to replay, but there's no, it's not even close.
No, I'm not certain what this could be about.
Obstruction? I don't think there was one.
I don't think so. We'll take another look.
It's a great job by Bergeron.
I'm really mystified over what is being
What you could
challenged
challenge,
here.
yeah.
The only two things that possibly could be would be obstruction by Pleasance. Did she obstruct the runner with
Review. The runner at second base is out.
Wouldn't you just say the play stands? I don't know the verbiage.
They do in baseball. It's confirmed, stands, or overturned.
Oh, well, she got a little verbose.
They got it right. And Macario goes down on strikes. So even though there was a base hit, Herzon and company face the minimum number of batters. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. LSU.
She's an All-American. First freshman since phenom Carly Hoover was one as a freshman. Carly Hoover pitching in Japan these days.
With great success. Daniel, Coffey, and Briggs for the Tigers in the 6th. There's another base hit. This freshman has been really, really good.
We like everything about her.
She can run, she's hitting, and she can field.
And she looks like she loves the game. She's always smiling. Guess so, I'd smile too.
So how about this? She's 10 for 17 since entering the lineup.
Well, I was given 3 names at the beginning of fall practice and going into the spring, and to watch out for as a freshman, she was one of them.
10 for 17 since replacing Carly Petty at second base. She has played phenomenally defensively and has run the bases like a gazelle.
I'm thinking that it's going to be okay when all these seniors leave. Second base should be A-okay.
We are told that Giglio is the fastest Tiger. I would love to see
A race.
a dash between Daniel, Coffey, Giglio, and Briggs.
I'm kind of lined up right there with the speed. You know who I would have loved to seen a foot race with? The Andrews sisters.
Oh, yeah.
They'll probably blow up my phone here in a second, saying who's the fastest.
I'll tell you what.
And there they are up there.
There wouldn't be more than a quarter step between them. That's a pretty good list right there.
Let's have some outstanding outfielders in this Tiger program history.
Coffey has tripled and scored and driven in a run. She has singled and scored. She's 2 for 3. And her average is on the way up in a hurry. Came into the game at 381 and has got to be flirting with 400, if not above it. 400 even right now. She hit just under 400 for the season last year. The 3-1 pitch. And that's ball 4. Coffey is so good at devising ways to get on base. She's walked more than twice as many times as she has struck out. And here's Briggs. She's had a big day. She struck out in the first, but then homered and singled. She has scored twice. Briggs can beat you with the bunt. She can beat you with the touch and go as a slapper. And she can take a full swing and drive the ball.
She can do it all. She They could put a hit and run on right now with the slap, just contact.
That was kind of the old double fake. She showed the bunt, then she took her full stance, then she showed the bunt again.
Yeah, usually, you know, the hitters do that as a timing mechanism, but she can do it, show it, and then just lay down a bunt off of it, or slap hit. Something she's going to do right there. Pitcher,
The runners advance on the 1-3 putout.
pitcher, I think, forgot where the lead runner was. I think she might have had a play at third.
So here's Taylor Pleasance. And you know, something that escaped us last inning a bit, we talked about it earlier that Pleasance had not had a strikeout. This one right back to the pitcher, and she does take the sure out.
You jinxed her, right?
But well, we didn't jinx her earlier, but she did strike out in the 5th. That's the first time that she has fanned this year. And it was a pitch on the inside corner that froze her. You remember?
You put that out there in the universe.
Well, if I had that kind of power, there'd be a lot of changes.
Well, maybe in the softball universe.
So that's not a bad deal. You've been at the plate 41 times,
No.
and you just incurred your first strikeout.
Her mama's coming to get you. You said you talked to her earlier. Of course,
Yeah, in between games in the concourse.
yeah, she's here. So unless I'm sure her phone just blew up though.
Here's the 1-1. West thought that was a strike, so did the catcher.
Tigers can end this game here with a couple of base hits. Whoa, hello.
Pleasance rips one right into her own dugout.
Good thing for that net, though, that protects the fans, because
Yeah, that would have skipped off the dugout roof and caused a lot of problems. West came with the off-speed pitch. Pleasance recognized it. A base hit would likely score 2 and end this game. Pleasance loops it out of play, foul.
trying to make sure she doesn't get rung up again. See, 99 on the jersey. Check out where she's from.
Got to be from California.
Yes, sir.
The 3-2 pitch.
That's not going to stay in play. So we'll start a little bit later tomorrow than we started today.
Yeah,
on
5
air.
o'clock scheduled tomorrow, Central Time.
Hopefully, if the tournament runs on time.
And it pretty much did today.
It was perfect today. Not often you get in a tournament situation and you remain on time.
Once again, the 3-2 pitch. Pleasance ropes it into the right field corner. That's a fair ball,
game.
and that's going to end the game. Pleasance on her way to second base. That is 2 more driven in. Maybe one officially. Yeah, no, they needed
No,
a
they
two.
need two.
So, Pleasance rips one into the right field corner. Her 28th and 29th run batted in this, the 15th game